It's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. Thanks for joining us again. Our guest is Lee Baca. Mr. Baca is the sheriff for Los Angeles County. And, sir, you know the United States Supreme Court came out with a pretty stunning decision. They called California prisons appalling and inhumane. And as a result, they have ordered the release of about 33,000 prisoners over the next 2 years. How will that decision impact Los Angeles County?
Significantly, and not only Los Angeles County, but all counties in California. That is why the Board of Supervisors, myself, and the State Department of Finance and the Governor's Office have all been working closely to figure out how we're going to do this. Now,
prior to the decision, and maybe in anticipation of the decision, Governor Brown had put forth a proposal that will realign the prison population. We will see lower-level prisoners being transferred from state prisons to local county jails as a way to save money and to ease overcrowding. But the counties need money to do that, and right now there's no money in the budget.
Yes, that's correct. And that process of those that are being transferred to the counties are the non-serious, non-sexual, and non-violent. At the same time, there's a need for a constitutional amendment by the state to accompany the dollars consistently and in perpetuity.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you don't want a one-year line item to send money down, and then next year you have the responsibility but not the funding.
Exactly.
We have looked at this situation for many years, and many experts believe that part of the problem in California is not only recidivism, but a revolving door of parole violations. Will the county be able to address those issues with realignment, with devolution?
Well, therein is the positive side that's very, very possible. All crime begins with police, and I think that all crimes should be at the end point with prisoners managed by police. In other words, reentry programs will be more effectively accomplished in county environments.
And you believe that? I mean, look, intuitively, many of us believe that it's better to do stuff at home, closer to home. But is it by definition that way, that it's better to be doing it in LA County than Sacramento?
Well, yes, because the parole system essentially is a broken system. 70% of all prisoners coming out will go back to prison, and it's because of a parole decision that was made. That is the decision to revoke.
We have also heard, really from Republicans in Sacramento, that in order to ease the prison overcrowding crisis, we should be building more jails. And I want to get a sense of your view of that proposal.
Well, I think that that certainly is an option, but it is a costly option. Now, the question is, how do we keep people who have been to prison from returning to prison once they're released on parole? And my answer is education. If we don't have an educational path while they're in prison, we're wasting valuable time.
But what we know is that there are not dollars for those educational programs, and that those rehab programs really have been slashed. And I don't see a consensus around improving rehab programs.
It's a matter of how you use the existing security resources. Now, I'm pushing for total overhaul of the county jails to prove my point, and that is you don't need extra dollars. You need to widen the responsibility of the security guards and incorporate them into the educational plans for prisoners.
We also hear complaints that a number of prisoners in the state system now are undocumented. And the view is that maybe we should just transfer those undocumented individuals to federal custody.
Well, that certainly is what should be done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm one that believes that the federal government has been absent on the job when it comes to managing illegal immigrants who commit crime. Now, they're doing an excellent job in trying to deport those that have been convicted, and they have the Secure Communities program that I support.
Well, that's controversial in itself. We'll come back and talk about it.
But it does need some support,
okay.
Meaning you don't throw out the whole program because of a few problems.
Okay, Lee Baca, thanks for joining us. He's Sheriff of Los Angeles County. My name is Brad Pomerance. Back to HLN.